Tonight, the manager of an Alcoa Highway nightclub tells us they are stepping up security. That comes after Knoxville police responded to 2 shootings outside the Pulpo Loco bar just in the last 3 weeks. 10 News reporter Grace King joins us to explain what those changes could look like. Grace?
John, the manager told me his family's owned the bar since July 2015. And while he's used to loud music and Latin dancing, he says the violence is new.
I've heard a lot of calls around public safety, and people want to feel safe at home, and they should.
Knoxville City Councilman Tommy Smith says the neighbors in his district are worried about violence along Alcoa Highway.
Everybody in Knoxville has a role to play in public safety, and businesses included. So they either contribute a positive impact to the community or they face consequences just like everybody else.
Over the weekend, KPD says 1 person died and 2 others were wounded after a fight turned into a shooting outside El Pulpo Loco Bar and Grill. 2 additional people were wounded in a parking lot shooting there 3 weeks prior.
The DA's office and law enforcement work hand in hand with the property. And obviously, law enforcement helps us gather the calls for service, the number of times they've been out there.
The manager didn't want to go on camera, but told us he's saddened by the recent shootings. He says he's increasing the number of bouncers from 7 to 10 and working with KPD to have 2 officers stationed outside. If that doesn't help, he says he'll close voluntarily before the DA or anyone else gets involved.
Oftentimes, we will employ particular law enforcement techniques to try to stop the nuisance from happening at a particular establishment before we'll actually go into court and file a nuisance.
Now, the manager at the nightclub told me he does everything he can to keep people safe inside, but he can't control everything that happens outside, like those 2 shootings. He hopes it can return to a safe place for Latin dancing. John.
Grace King on the story. Thank you.